one for the damn team. Go to jail if you have to. Tell your wife you're sorry, you know.
Oh, say you're sorry?
Take one for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, can I get a good shot of your sign there?
Yes.
I'm a 911 Truth supporter. Thanks for being out here.
Yes, too.
All right.
Trying to pass out.
Good.
The best truth creating DVDs, presentations.
You can make it.
Hey, sir. Just going to ask you a little question. I seen them up in Olympia. Those striker things were coming off the boats and up there, and there's people protesting. Someone told me that some of the Army guys on there were like flipping the peace sign and saying, "All right," like they almost are encouraging us to kind of do this protesting. I was just curious. I see you here, and I feel like asking, is it because we want safety for you guys, and we love you, you as a person, and was just curious. Do you want us protesting for peace and to stop this war, to try to help this stop so you don't have to go do this, or not really, or you don't care, or just whatever, kind of? No comment, really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just, I was kind of encouraged by that, just hearing that there's military people that are going, yeah, come on, man, stop this war. They want it too, because I think in our heart we all want peace, Maybe. I don't know, some people don't. But just thought I'd try to get your opinion. Yeah, it'd be kind of bizarre if we were all like really pro-violence, that we were out here wanting violence. We want peace, and that's a good thing. I mean, I got kids at home and young kids. I hope they don't have to join the service, if it got out of hand. But peace and harmony on earth, that's what I'm pushing for.
We were interrupted in our reading of the people who have lost their lives over there in Iraq by an American tragedy. Ted Rubin, college educated, married, has done all the right things, and now he needs a job. He needs a chance to make a living to help his family. But Ted Rubin is a black person here in Portland, and he can't find a job. He's an example of what we have here at this Armed Forces Career Center. It's called the economic draft. There aren't enough jobs for people in this country, so people are kind of looking for a chance to get health care for their family, for their children. If we could just have national health care, if we could stop the war machine, this poor person wouldn't have to make this miserable choice about whether or not to join the war machine and take part in this worldwide killing of people that the U.S. forces are doing.
Washington, and ties basically to the military bases there in the state of Washington. For example, one is from a small town here near Portland, Damascus, Oregon. Captain Drew N. Jensen. He was 27 years old. He was an Eagle Scout and West Point graduate. He was wounded in Bakuba on May 7th. You may have read his story in the Oregonian. He died in the Seattle hospital September 7th, just before the soldiers of the day of his began driving home. A sniper's bullet had paralyzed Jensen from the neck down, and he required a ventilator to breathe. His family followed his wishes and had life support turned off. Captain Jensen was assigned to the 5th Battalion 20th Infantry Regiment, and he was the only soldier killed during the brigade's deployment. We say no more blood for oil and the U.S. occupation of Iraq. You want to do it for me?
Corporal Carl W. Johnson II, 21, Philadelphia. Johnson was such a gifted driver of the Stryker armored vehicle that a senior non-commissioned officer threatened to assign him to another unit to drive a command vehicle. And while his thoughts and worries resolved around his mother and sister back home, Johnson was always joking and laughing, keeping his unit's spirits up during a difficult deployment. Being around him always brought a smile to my face, Staff Sergeant Kenneth Hoffman, his squad leader, said during a memorial service in Iraq, as reported by the News Tribune. And I thank him for that, because there were many times I needed it. Johnson died October 2nd, 2006, in Mosul when an improvised explosive device detonated near his vehicle. He was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 3rd Infantry Regiment. He is survived by his mother, Peggy Crocker, and his sister, Tisha Johnson. Another young life sacrificed for this unwinnable war in Iraq, and an absolute criminal and brutal occupation. Staff Sergeant Henry K. Lewi, 43, Hilo, Hawaii. Lewi died December 15th at an Army hospital in Texas from injuries he suffered when an improvised explosive device detonated near his vehicle the previous month. His son and other family members were at his bedside. The military, the Army, that was his thing, said his son, Aaron Holloway. According to the Associated Press, he left Hilo when he was about 25. He served 19 years in the military. He was about ready to retire. Holloway was born and raised in Hilo, the largest city on the Big Island, graduated from Hilo High School. He was assigned to the 1st Squadron, 14th Cavalry Regiment. Another young life wandered in this unwinnable war against terror and this absolutely cruel and brutal occupation of Iraq. Corporal Kareem R. Khan, 20, Manahawkin, New Jersey. Khan enlisted in July 2005 and arrived at Fort Lewis a couple of months before the brigade deployed to Iraq. Khan was interested in becoming a doctor after he got out of the Army, said Specialist Scotty Marin, who served with him. He and 3 other brigade soldiers died August 6th in Bakuba when insurgents detonated a home rigged with explosives while the soldiers were inside. The men were assigned to the 1st Battalion, 23rd Infantry Regiment. Another young life sacrificed in this unwinnable war against terror in this cruel and brutal criminal occupation.